everything is changing. From the things we buy, from the ways we work, for the way we live our lives, and the way we do business. And that is the reason why teenagers are making millions of dollars online, making more than doctors and lawyers, and everything with no previous work experience. So if you clicked on this video, pay attention, because in just a second I'm going to show you how you can get payments just like these in just a couple of weeks or months. Now I want to be completely transparent with you. Just because some people are getting results like these doesn't mean that you will. But I did spend 15 days creating this video and doing all the research that you need in order for it to be the best you can and help you the most I can. Now every day hundreds of thousands of businesses are looking for graphic designers, video editors, copywriters, and all sorts of different skills. And that's exactly where you come into play. And the best part is, some people are doing this and making tens of thousands of dollars every single month. Now, in order to make this work, you will have to learn one of these skills, whether it's copywriting, graphic design, video editing, all sorts of different high income skills, and then you can go to Fiverr and Upwork and any sort of freelance job and start to get some clients. You will have businesses that are very happy with your job and start to pay you and refer you to other people, because business owners usually know other business owners and they are more than happy to share their good tips and tricks, and you being one of those big tips and tricks. And some freelancers are charging a lot of money just to do these skills. Now I'm sure you've heard about Iman Ghazi, because he's one of the biggest business YouTubers in the world, if not the biggest, and he's worth from 10 million to about 100 million, possibly more depending on when you're watching this video. Now when he first started, he didn't know anything about business, and he started reading books in order to get information. And that's one of the great tips that you should have, is read business books, watch YouTube videos just like you're doing right now, take courses, whatever it takes. But that's just a side note. Now at the time, Iman Ghazi was spending a lot of time on Instagram, and he realized that a lot of businesses would benefit from building their Instagram accounts, and so he reached out to business owners, started offering companies to grow on social media. But he soon realized that people weren't staying on, and that is because it wasn't quantifiable. They were growing on social media for sure, but they weren't getting any dollars in return, or they didn't know how many dollars they were getting in return. And that is all a business cares about, is making money. And so that's when he pivoted and started going to Facebook ads and getting business owners on Facebook ads and running their Facebook ads for them. And that's how he made his first $2 million. Now that teaches us one thing, and that one thing is that if you make people some money, they are more than happy to give you a cut of that money. Now if you don't know anything about ads, you can simply go to YouTube, go to Google. Even Google themselves have a course on Google ads that's 100% free, and it doesn't have to be Facebook ads, because Facebook is literally a nightmare and you get your Facebook account banned all the time. I suggest you go to Google ads, Instagram ads, or TikTok ads, which is the newest and the cheapest version of those. And once you've done that, you can simply approach business owners, preferably local business owners, because they will be much easier to actually get some traffic from them, because it will be a lot easier to run some traffic and get some traffic to their businesses. And you can just run ads for them, just ask them to pay for the ads, but you do the job for 100% free. Once you do get some results and they start making money, that's when you start charging people, and you tell them that they should talk to other business owners in order for you to get some more. And if they are happy, again, they will refer you to other business owners, And that's when you start to make a lot of money. And now you can charge for this $2,000 or even $20,000 or $100,000 per client, as long as you're making more money to them than they're paying you the money. And you can be financially free with literally just a few clients. The reason why I'm not saying just one is because one client could leave you with nothing. So if you have 2 clients and they're both paying you $10,000 a month and one of them leaves, you're not making $20,000 a month anymore, but you're still making $10,000 a month. And that gives you time to find another client. Now, Tony Robbins charges $1 million for one-on-one clients. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Tony Robbins, that is a self-development guru, I guess you could call him, and he helps people build businesses. But why are people actually ready to pay him $1 million? Simply because he has a skill that if he teaches people that skill, they will be able to make over $1 million, and therefore it's 100% worth it. But how does this apply to you? Well, if you have a skill that helps people no matter what you do, whether it's losing weight, whether it's photography, whether it's video, filming, something like that, well, you can do just that. Now, maybe you're saying, I don't know what my skill is, but think about it. Or maybe ask people around you, ask your family, ask your friends. What do you always talk about that people come to see you about? What is that thing? And that thing probably is able to make you some money, and that's how you actually make some money. Now, if you don't have any of those, then you want to pick a skill and learn it. That can be copywriting, video editing, ads, just like I talked about, social media growth, etc. Now, once you've picked that skill, you want to spend 3 months doing just that, only that. Focus on that, live it, breathe it, sleep thinking about it. You spend 3 months doing that, and you'll know more about that specific skill than 99% of people. And then you can just start coaching people. How do you get clients? Just post it on social media. I learned this skill. If you want some help with it, then just let me know, and then people will start reaching out to you, and then their friends, their clients, whatever it may be, whatever your skill may be, that's how you spread the word. All you have to do is post on social media. TikTok, you can grow really fast on that. I actually made a video about that on my channel. You can do Instagram if you have a following, even if it's just your friends and family. There's most likely someone that will need that skill, even if you probably don't believe it at first. But that's just the imposter syndrome, and that happens to a lot of people. Back in 2012, there was a teenager back in the UK that wanted to start a clothing business. He was doing this part-time because he had to make a living, and he was actually delivering pizzas on the side. And it even took him 2 months to get his first sale. That's a lot of time when you look at social media these days. But still, he was spending a ton of time, hours per day, looking at the designs, sewing or designing the logos all by himself. Now, he spent every single dollar that he had ever made going to an expo, and he spent everything he made from pizza delivery, and the very little money that he made actually selling the clothing. Then he sent some people some products. That's called influencer marketing these days, but back in 2012 it wasn't really known. So he just sent people some clothing, some influencers, and thought it was a good idea. He then designed a tracksuit, but he realized that in order to actually get that from a company, because at that stage he wanted a company to produce the products for him, so he realized that he needed a minimum order. So he spent again every single dollar that he made and placed that order, and he wasn't even sure if it was going to sell, but he had no choice. Now, the person that I'm talking about is Tim Francis, and the story I just talked about, it was the creation of Gymshark, which is one of the fastest growing companies in the world and worth billions of dollars. That's with a B. And this means that if you're passionate about whatever you want to sell, you could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars with e-commerce, because that's exactly what he was doing. Now, you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to do this. You can start a simple Shopify store, which isn't very expensive, and then you will have to get your brand out known like this. You could send influencers some clothing because influencers love it. You could do all sorts of different things in order to make some money that way. Now, you want to research what is selling, what's not. Use Google Trends, for example. That's an amazing tool in order to see what people are looking for. See what some top companies like Amazon are selling, and then you start creating your products. You can even do print on demand, which is a wonderful way to make some money when you're first starting out in e-commerce, because you don't have to have any inventory. Now, I personally made tens of thousands of dollars online, and some people have made millions and millions of dollars online without even having to see a product, without having to deal with customer support, and even just doing this by myself or by themselves in their case, and basically having none of the downsides of running a business, but having every single upside. And no, this is not dropshipping. Imagine this. You're talking to a friend and you found this wonderful product that you're very passionate about because it helped you in some sort of way. Think about this product for a second. What is a product that you talk about with your friends that you're passionate about? Now, imagine this friend goes to that company, buys the product, and the company is so happy about that they give you some money in return, a part of their profits. Does this sound too crazy? Well, that's exactly what affiliate marketing is. Except that you don't have to bother your friends or family about it. You can promote a brand online. The company that you want to work for will give you a special link that's just your link, and as soon as somebody makes a sale for that product, then you're making some money. Now, some companies pay very little money, other companies pay you thousands and thousands of dollars. Sometimes they pay you every single month, as long as that person stays on, the customer that you sent them. Now, in order to do this, you will need some traffic. So how do you get some traffic? Well, my first commission came from a YouTube video. Now, this was not this YouTube channel, but it was another YouTube channel when I first started making some money, when I first got my commissions. After that, I made quite a bit of money from TikTok, because TikTok is a wonderful way to grow your business and actually get some sales that way. And I also made quite a few dollars from Google Ads. Now, other people are making millions of dollars running blogs or some sort of website. Now, in order for this to work, you need to make content no matter where it is, whether it's on TikTok, on YouTube, on blogging, and even on Google Ads. You want to make, or ads in general, you want to make content that your target audience would be interested on. So if you make a video about an iPhone, for example, you don't want to make content based around gardening. Instead, you want to make content about people that are likely to buy an iPhone. Maybe a tech channel or something like that. People to buy some sort of software, or a business software, for example, you will need to make content based around business. You just basically have to bring value to people that are trying to build a business. So, for example, the way I learned it was through YouTube, and I found a course that was $7, and I just bought that course. And that course will be linked in the description. See what I did there? That's exactly that. And that's what happened, and I was very grateful because I made my $7 over and over and over again. So it's worth it, but you just have to put in the work. Now, if you're a beginner, I think that this is the best way to start an online business because there's no risk taking. All you have to do is get and start creating some content. You don't have to be in front of the camera if you don't want to. There's plenty of faceless YouTube channels out there if that's what you want to do. Now, if you haven't started your online journey yet, then I suggest you watch this video that's somewhere here that will show you the stage you're at when you're starting your online journey. And quick hint, you're probably a lot further than you actually think.